Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Cinema Scumbags movie podcast, episode 162. I'm Seth.
I'm Nick, and this is my second head.
He's going through puberty. This is our first episode of 2022.
Yeah.
What did we say last time? We'll get back into it.
Well, maybe we should just stop saying that.
Yeah, I think we've even said we're going to stop saying that, but
We're predictable.
it is what it is. We try. Every so often, we just get like a rush of motivation.
Yeah.
Like today was random. We're just like, you want to do a podcast today? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Sometimes it works out that way, but it hadn't for the last, what was it, a month? 2 months?
2 months, yeah. We live such busy lifestyles.
Yeah. It's really hard to make time in my busy schedule.
So
we've talked about it before. It's just there's always an issue. It just makes it really annoying.
There's always an issue, but if you haven't seen it, check out Nick's top 10 films of 2021. Can't say I agree with some of those picks.
I know which one you don't agree with.
Last Night in Man-Hating Soho. Yikes.
There's no man.
Can I tell you about? Can we talk about that movie for a second?
Yes, please. Let's.
I was on board with it for a while. I was like, man, this is cool. I liked it.
What is it? The climax at the end where she's
fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm sorry. Spoiler. Okay, spoiler alert for a second.
Spoiler alert.
This lady's just stabbed your boyfriend with a knife. She's trying to kill you, and then you hug her because, oh, those men deserved it. What the? Give me a break.
That's not even the message at all. The message is let go of the past.
It was ridiculous.
Fucking move on.
This is Edgar Wright's version of Promising Young Woman. Once again, Edgar Wright proves he is Edgar wrong most of the time.
Well, he did have a female screenwriter on board with him.
I could tell. Let me tell you though,
like, screenwriter of 1917, by the way.
Okay.
Which there were no women in that film, so shut the fuck up.
That's true. Look, for a while there, I was like into that movie. I was getting like some Kubrick kind of Eyes Wide Shut vibes. I don't know, just weird vibes. Thank God those chicks are hot though. That might have been a half-star film.
Yeah, Diana Rigg and her corpse are looking real good.
Looking real good.
I love that. I love that climax part. It's just like the way the music's playing and everything. I just think it's like,
I would have liked it better if we just found out that the Doctor Who guy was the old guy, and that was the end. That was the big reveal. Because I wasn't even putting that together until towards the end.
I didn't think he was. Yeah. I didn't think it was Matt Smith, but I also didn't think it was Terrence Stamp.
I'm like, okay, that's fucking cool, and then it just, oh God.
I think you're digging too deep for the man-hating stuff there, bud.
No, it punched me right in the face.
What do you mean? She shows herself to be a scumbag.
But when that girl,
she's a murderer. Nobody's saying like, "Oh, good job."
I know, but the chick just watched her boyfriend get stabbed. She's getting chased, and then she's like laying on the bed, has this revelation. The guys are like, "We didn't deserve it." Yes, you did. And stands up and hugs the lady with a knife. Come on, man. Come on. I gotta say though,
it's not man hating. It's hating against men who are like that. Not every man that exists.
Okay, but I gotta say though,
when I saw that 1.5, I really just like part of me died.
I kicked it up to a 2.
Oh, okay, good. There we go.
It's 1.5 is bad. There's a lot of parts I liked about it. It's probably even more than that, but man,
once you get over the heated feeling, it's weird. I talked to Eric about it too, and we both kind of agreed we didn't feel like it was that way. Man, and him, he'd tell you if it was.
I felt like I just got like fucking punched in the face of that movie at the end. I'm like, come on,
punched in the face with a message.
Oh, but Anya in that film.
Oh my God,
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, she's just like
otherworldly, almost like
ethereal.
Yeah, almost like Margot Robbie in The Wolf of Wall Street. Like when you see her on screen, it's just like
this is not a human being.
Yeah,
this is not somebody that exists in the world.
Well, anyways, if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. The Oscar nominations came out today. We're gonna talk about that.
So
we quick check-in episode.
Yeah, just talk, see what's up. talk about some of the, we're movie guys. We talk about the Oscars, so we'll do that. We also asked for some questions, so we have some questions we're going to go through as well. I think the way that we're kind of going to split it up is we got some questions that were directly connected. What was that for? Was that for Philadelphia?
Probably, yeah.
He doesn't look Forrest Gumpy in that, so I don't think that was the next year.
Yeah, it's probably Philadelphia. He should have won for Big, by the way, but
yeah, okay. We'll have to take a look and see who else was up that year.
Bullshit.
Do you know who won?
I have no clue.
Well, anyway, we have questions pertaining to the Oscars, which we'll answer when we get to that segment, and then we have some that are just more general questions that we'll talk about. You want to jump right into that, or
let's do it?
Watching anything, or
it
doesn't look like it.
I've been playing a lot of video games.
Same. What have you been playing?
Well, this is not something to brag about.
What am I drinking from?
From I prefer Ned Beatty.
Yeah, you would. Well, at least he's dead, so
that's true. It's not something to brag about, but I 100% platinumed all the Grand Theft Auto games from that remastered trilogy.
Nice.
That was about 200 hours worth of my time.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's like all I've been playing. I'm done with them.
So obviously they were playable enough.
I had no problems.
Okay.
No problems at all. San Andreas was the one that kind of crashed for me a couple times, but Grand Theft Auto 3 Vice City had no issues. People just like the bitch,
Well, I saw some of the rain effects look pretty bad, but yeah, I know what you're saying. They do like to bitch.
I mean, I bought that the day it came out, like 200 hours or whatever. Got my money's worth,
I'll say. That's awesome.
So that's about it. And then I just played I just beat the other day Resident Evil Village.
Ooh.
Have you played that?
Good. No, I haven't. I haven't played Resident Evil 2 that I got 3 years ago.
Resident Evil Village, yeah. OLED, PS5, HDR, probably the best looking game I've played. And it's just a really good game. Like definitely some vibes that you get from like Resident Evil 4. It was good.
Yeah, I could sense that when the trailer came out.
Yeah.
I thought it would connect in some way being in a village.
Yeah, it was good. How about you?
Nice. Been playing a lot of ESO, Elder Scrolls Online, jump back into that, and that's been taking up a lot of my time. But beyond that, I jumped back into Xenoblade Chronicles. I need to start grinding on that because I'm stuck on a boss. And
I got stuck. Well, that's the game that made me break my phone. So
is it? Which boss? Is it
it was the end. It was the end of the game that made me break my phone, but I struggled big time in that game at certain points.
I don't know where I am. I forget who the boss is, but she creates things that also you have to fight at the same time.
Yeah,
and I think they heal her.
There's so many side quests in that game too. Like it's a huge game.
It's a huge game. It's got amazing music though, and I've had a good time. But I'm just like I got stuck on the second one too, and I couldn't progress any further.
Yeah, I don't know. Those games are big and they take forever.
I say I don't want to sit here and grind it, but here I am sitting here and grinding ESO, and I guess it just depends on the game. But that's what that kind of game is for. It's an MMORPG, so
I like that game, but I mean I haven't touched it since it first came out. It's probably way better now.
ESO.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's the amount of content is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I got to say that I've got my Grand Theft Auto fix. I owned all those games, but I never beat any of them. The only Grand Theft Auto I beat was 5. So
yeah,
I sat there, and to sit there and 100% complete it, there's so much you can do.
You have to collect stuff.
Oh my God. Yeah. San Andreas is the longest. That was about 80 hours for me to clear that.
Well, at least you got your money's worth. That when you do that, like you feel like you accomplished it.
It's funny. I was going to send you a screen cap of the 3 platinum trophies and go doing big things in Iowa. I don't know why I didn't. I just forgot.
Well, I'm glad that you've put in the time on there because it doesn't look like your letterbox is looking dusty.
It's just, I don't know, man. Like lately when I'm in the mood to watch something, it's like, I don't know, something stupid. Like
it has to be something great, like Live with Kenny G or whatever.
Good documentary, folks, on HBO, listening to Kenny G. It's actually really good.
That's okay. I just watched a documentary about guys selling Bibles for the 3rd time the other day. So
there's some great docs, man. That Kenny G one's good because he's the most successful recording artist ever. but
Yeah, and
he gets fucking shit on by guys that like jazz, and that's what the whole documentary is about. Like, why does all like the jazz heads like rip on Kenny G? It's pretty
because he's
interesting.
like, I don't know. I feel like, especially the impression I get from something like La La Land is I think they prefer the underground feel of it. And he's
Yeah,
more of like a mainstream guy, I
yeah, because
guess.
they have all like these jazz like professors, a lot of pretentious people in there, but that's kind of what they get at, that it's he just makes like manufactured music, you know. But it's interesting.
What made you want to watch that?
I like Kenny G.
Do you?
Oh, his Christmas album's amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I like jazz and I like Christmas music, so I'm sure that's probably good.
I gotta ask you, you watched Jackass Forever? I was shocked to see that 4.5.
I mean, it's exactly what you hope for.
I
Just so you know, there is a woman in it, so I don't want you to.
Oh, because I love women. Okay.
She's hot too.
Yeah, there's no problem with that.
No, I mean if you like the Jackass movies, it's exactly what you expect. Much of the same thing.
I just have went back and rewatched all of them, even like the 2.5 ones that I'd never seen. But man, those are just I don't know, so timeless, just ridiculous.
Yeah. And this one feels, as they're older, obviously, but it feels as if it's the same guys just doing the same thing. Like they never left.
I read about the spoiler alert. I read about the Ryan Dunn tribute at the end.
Yeah, it's like a 2-second. The intro is what's good.
Oh, really?
It's the best. I think it's the best intro in the whole thing.
So they don't do like a whole Dunn video package at the end?
No, not really. If I remember correctly, they just kind of go back and show footage of the stunts from the other movies, and then at the end, it's just like a video of Dunn, and it says Ryan Dunn forever.
Gotta watch that. But like, I'm waiting for a day when it's like, I was gonna go yesterday when my internet was out because it was like Monday, and it was like noon.
There's still be there.
Still too many people in there for me to watch a comedy like that. I'd get pissed.
Why?
Because I
was laughing like an idiot the whole time.
I mean,
Eric wasn't.
What an ass.
He was. This was him the whole time.
Now I'm shocked because me and Eric had like a tradition to see a Jackass. I'm sure he told you about that. Seth breaks tradition, but we always laughed at those movies.
Yeah, I don't know. When we got out, he just said there's something that didn't feel right about it. And I thought it felt exactly the same.
Well, let me tell you something. I've known Eric for a long time. Whatever you say, he's going to say the opposite of. So talk about a contrarian.
Usually, he's definitely more of a contrarian than some people.
He's probably listening to.
Probably.
Hope all's going well, buddy.
Hey, buddy. Yeah, but I thought it was a good time. Curious to see what you have to say about it.
I'm sure I'll like it. I love all those movies. Man, the Sweatsuit Cocktail almost made me throw up again when I was watching it the other night. That is the fucking nastiest.
There's some
and
there's some stuff in this.
When Pontius drinks the horse semen.
Oh, let's just say there's something involving pig semen.
Oh, great. I'm sure someone's taking a shot of that. That'll be awesome. It's funny though.
It's cool though.
Like rave reviews.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was just like entertained the whole time. And maybe it's because I've seen the other ones so many times that this just felt new. Like it was new stunts, new people, whatever, but it just felt awesome. Thought it was really good.
Well, good.
What the fuck? I was going to say something else, but whatever. Anyways, questions. What
do we got?
Well, we got our good bud Brian Sudfield here.
What up, B?
Hey, gents. Hope you're well. With the Oscar noms now out, what would you say is your favorite Best Picture winner? Stay scummy and welcome back.
Well, much like many of these episodes we do, I haven't seen most of these movies. I'm not prepared to give any sort of insightful opinion on these nominations, but
but I think he's talking about like of all time.
Of all time.
Best Picture winner of all time. I had to make sure to I had to make sure to clarify that.
Oh God. I don't know. I'd have to see. I should have read these ahead of time.
That's not doing the work.
No, I wasn't doing the work. I was working.
So was I, but it's been slow at AADA.
Yeah.
Well, the first one I thought of right off the bat was Titanic, obviously.
Okay, that's one of my favorite movies ever. So
yeah. So it's either that or Rocky for me. They sit kind of right around the same spot in my in my top films list. So I don't know. That's tough. I fucking love Rocky. I fucking love Titanic.
I love Titanic.
I love Kate's Titanics.
Oh
Titanic titties. You say Titanic, I'll say Rocky.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Not good enough for you, Brian.
Sorry, Brian. Wasn't prepared. I'll probably think of a better answer for that. Should have been Boyhood, by the way.
Yeah.
Who remembers Birdman? Nobody.
You know, that's an interesting point.
I love that movie, but I love Birdman.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
But you know,
who the fuck cares about Green Book?
That's a good point too. I like that movie, but forgettable.
Best Picture, like that was a travesty.
I agree.
But he did say that some of his favorites were Rocky, Return of the King, Titanic, and Birdman. So sorry that we just shit on you.
Brian, I forgive you, buddy.
Birdman.
I forgive you, bud.
Bob's Office.
Bob's Office because of my office.
We got Buddy Eats Ass.
Oh, that's Jimmy. I know him. Good guy.
Buddy Eats Ass. Thanks for the follow, bud. He says, have you guys reviewed Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
That's right. I remember being out at a bar with Jimmy and he was telling me that's like his favorite movie ever, which is interesting. Yeah.
We did a first time watch of it.
Did we? I remember watching it. You're right.
We did a first time watch and I didn't watch it.
If you're not prepared for what that movie is, I mean, I think we were kind of blindsided by it because I remember that was the first time I'd seen it. But I can understand why a movie like that has, a cult following. It's interesting. I'd go back to it for sure. I know a lot of people love it. No, it's fun. It's fun. Thanks, Jimmy.
When I think of Killer Clowns from Outer Space, I kind of think of Mars Attacks.
It's a great movie too.
I haven't seen that one, but that's one I would watch that one.
Great film. Great film.
Maybe I would go back. I don't know. I think I started Killer Clowns and I was like, ugh.
Yeah, it's because we
go from City of God to Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah, that was kind of a polar opposite, but I can see why a movie like that has got like a cult following. It's fucking weird.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
Appreciate it, Jim.
Hope the ass tastes good.
He's a good guy.
Michael Groves.
What up, Mike?
What's one movie you didn't like on the first time watch but love it now? Mine is Clerks 2. Now, I think we've answered this question before, but I want to talk about it because I've thought of some more since the last time we've talked about it, including a movie that is considered one of the greatest films ever made. I watched it recently after many years and was very disappointed to watch Pulp Fiction.
So now you like it?
No, now I don't like it.
Oh, wait, what is he asking what movie you liked and then now you don't like?
What movie you didn't like? Oh, oops. Well, now everybody knows my secret. Yeah. Now everybody knows my secret.
I mean, I've only seen Pulp Fiction one time. I was in no hurry to go back.
Shit, now I'm not prepared.
I always think of one, even though I was slamming the guy at the beginning of the episode. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I walked out of the theater on that. I thought it was just ridiculously stupid. Now, I don't think it's a great movie. I think it's just like, it's good. But I go back to it,
There's a lot of there's a lot of movies I've seen that I feel like when I rewatch them again, I will like them.
Yeah.
But fuck, I can't think of any right now.
Clerks 2, I definitely understand because it's so different from, and I know it still sucks, but it's so different from
Who's that?
Clerks. That's you. It's so different from the first Clerks. That one, I agree with that because I didn't like it either the first time I watched it. Now I love it. Have you seen those screen caps from Clerks 3?
I don't think so.
It's just like they're like shot for shot reenactments of the first movie. I don't know what that's gonna be, dude.
I don't know either. It'll be interesting to say the least. I know there's one. I'm sorry, so unprepared. I can think of movies that like I liked the first time and now I love.
Yeah. Or something that you might not have been too big on, and then there was something just recently that that I was thinking of like that, but
I know Silence of the Lambs I didn't love the first time.
Okay.
Like, that was one that I was like, I don't get it. And then the next time I watched it, I was like, okay, that's I get it now. This is awesome.
Yeah. I can understand that.
Wasn't I think Blade Runner was another one, like the first one.
I was with you on that too. I wasn't a huge fan of that. I think it's great.
Yeah, I think it's good. I'm just kind of going through my highest rated stuff, but those are a couple. Royal Tenenbaums too. I didn't love at first, and now it's like one of my favorites.
Oh, Wes needs to do something else.
Didn't like the French Dispatch.
I mean, it was fine. I like the first one with Leah and what's his name?
I was gonna say Guillermo.
Yeah, Del Toro.
Yeah, Guillermo del Toro.
That was good.
I really like that one. I was like, okay, I'm gonna love this.
Yeah, and then I just kind of lost some steam with it's fine. It's Wes Anderson, you know.
For me, it like literally went down. Like the first one I really liked. The second one I was like, okay, and the third one I was like out of it already.
That's a few in a row for Wes that I just haven't been thrilled by. I'm not a big Grand Budapest fan either. I mean, it's good. I like it.
Yeah, I used to think the guy was my favorite director, and I think I don't know. I don't think he is anymore. It's not like, because of this, but it's just I don't know.
It's very samey, you know, like
do a horror movie.
Yeah, or like go back to something like, you know, Rushmore or something that's a little bit different and not like set in a hotel or it's just weird.
There were a lot more hand cam shots though. Where it wasn't always straight on. There was like actual handy cam stuff.
Best part of that movie is in the first 5 minutes. You're fired. Really?
Really? I was surprised at the beginning though how funny parts were. I liked it.
I like everything he does, but it's just you know, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, here's where I got confused because Stromy asked, what are some films that people like but you dislike? Woot woot.
Well, that's easy.
Well,
Grease,
Dark Knight. Oh, fuck off. Dark Knight, fine, but Grease Grease probably does suck.
It's horrible.
It's got a ridiculous message too.
Yeah,
change who you are for a person.
They look 40.
I don't care. It's fucking awesome. It's got some of the most catchy songs.
I don't remember any of them.
You don't remember Summer Lovin'?
Okay, I do remember that one.
Shut the fuck up.
Crummy film.
The worst one is the Sandy one, Hopelessly Devoted to You.
Crummy.
It's ridiculous. Well, there's a film I rewatched for the first time in a long time that a lot of people would consider one of the best films ever made. And I hate to say that I don't like Pulp Fiction.
Nothing wrong with that. I don't like Django Unchained.
Yeah, I mean, I love Django Unchained, but I feel like Pulp Fiction is like that's the movie that film people just don't shut up about.
That's talked about as, you know, one of the all-time greats for sure. Like I said, I've only seen it once.
It's got to be like top 10 and the highest rated films ever on Letterboxd.
I liked it.
And IMDb and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Too long. Like it's like a film student trying too hard.
I think that's a guy that isn't that great or isn't as great as everyone thinks.
Bruce Willis?
No. QT.
Well,
I like him. I love some of his films.
I love his more recent stuff. I'd rather watch that than his older stuff.
See,
Reservoir Dogs.
No.
I'd rather watch Jackie Brown than Pulp Fiction.
And Glorious Bastards is great. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, just deleted scene movie. That's what that is.
Yeah, that was my first impression when I first watched it, but I don't know, it kind of grew on me.
You need to watch Licorice Pizza, man.
Oh my god, I'm waiting for something.
So there's no 4K release of that.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
Stupid. That's a great film though. Kind of gives you those same kind of California vibes, you know.
Yeah. Speaking of movies we didn't like the first time, I want to check out Inherent Vice again. Because there's clips that always pop up that are hilarious, and I just don't remember laughing at all watching it.
That's like the one I was on a kick of PTA for a while. That's a good The Master. I didn't like that when I first saw it. I like it now.
My fucking god.
There Will Be Blood. I liked. Now I love. That movie's amazing.
Oh my god, you're coming around.
Yeah. I'm like,
You didn't love Magnolia though, right?
No, I liked it. It was good.
Yeah.
Out of what I've seen, I think his best film that I've seen is Phantom Thread, but that movie's just something else. But There Will Be Blood is awesome.
It's just like, who thinks of something like that in Phantom Thread? Like, it's just one of those movies where you're like, what? Like, what's going on in this guy's head to think of?
It's so good.
This ridiculous, manic sociopath who
when he swallows
wants to see his mom so bad.
Yeah, when he swallows those mushrooms and he's like, "Kiss me, my lady, before I'm sick," or whatever. Oh my god, dude! And then the music comes in.
Even just like, honestly, the sensuality of that scene altogether, when he's chewing it real slow, and he knows, like, he knows.
That movie's fucking awesome.
Like, they're saying so much with their eyes.
That movie's awesome. Yes, sir.
But some other ones, I got a list I made. It used to be Big Lebowski. That's not true anymore. I really like that movie. Great I think film. The Matrix is highly overrated.
Oh, that's a good one. That movie sucks.
The Hangover is highly overrated.
The first one's all right.
The Incredibles is highly overrated.
Oh, agreed.
I didn't like Mean Streets all that much when I watched it.
Now, I disagree with that, and I think you're dumb and John Lanning's dumb, because that's a good movie. So,
no, John Lanting and I are on the same page.
I like you, John. Not your finest review.
Not that much.
Not your finest review there, John, buddy. You know, I'm quick to hit the like button, but not on that nonsense.
Oh, boy. Thanks, Strom.
Appreciate it.
Mitch Davey. Hey, guys, what are some of your most anticipated films in 2022? The Killer is one of mine. I got two.
Go for it.
The Batman.
Looks good.
Curious if your thoughts are the same.
It's not. I mean, I don't even know what's coming out this year, but I want to see that.
Well, I'm just thinking of the ones that like pop up. I've got both of these in mind: the Batman and the Northman.
Oh, the Northman, yeah, for sure. That's up there. Jackass is already out, but that would have been a highly anticipated for me. Other than that, I'm just kind of I don't know a whole lot. I'm kind of slacking a little bit with 2021 was kind of tough for. I just didn't see a whole lot. You know, I couldn't even put together a top 10 list at this point.
Yeah, it was weird. It's the whole thing has just been weird.
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
It's like it's perfect time to go back and watch older stuff though.
Yeah. It's just I'm so kind of out of, you know, for a while there, every year we would do this and I was like, I knew what was coming out, but now I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I need to get back into it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not as sitting on pins and needles waiting for the next movie to come out anymore.
Right.
I'm just
I don't ever have enough time to watch everything I want to watch. Like,
yeah, you'll never get to everything.
No.
But yeah, those are the couple for me. Alex Vincent.
What's up, dude?
Shit. Good to hear from you, dude. I'm a bit behind on horror flicks for 21-22. Any good recs from the Slacker Media boys?
Well, we should be asking you that, man.
Yeah.
You're the guy that knows horror.
Yeah. And graphic design. My fucking God.
Yeah. God, did I even see any 2021 horror films?
Well, speaking of some of his work, Halloween Kills, that's a great one.
Yeah, that's something. It's good music.
It's a film.
Did he work on that movie or something?
What?
Does he work on films?
No, I think he just does promotional material for them.
Oh, I thought I saw something he posted, like movies that I've worked on.
I think he does like promotional work for it.
That's cool, man. Good gig.
Let us know for sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they both do it.
That's the guy we should have on.
Yeah. We could do like a horror.
Yeah, he wouldn't be a mongoloid, you know.
You heard it here first.
Love you guys.
Yeah, I've tried to like get out of my comfort zone with some horror stuff recently, and it's just like I've watched a bunch of crap.
The thing is, like, I don't waste my time. You know, if a horror movie's good, you hear it from other people, but there's so many shitty ones that I just don't waste my time. You know, I know for a lot of people that's a fun thing to do, sit there and watch all those crappy horror movies, but man, I got to hear some hype about it. I'm not even gonna bother, you know.
Yeah, usually me too, but sometimes I'm in like a mood where I don't know what I want to watch, so I just scroll through whatever streaming service. And there was one the other day I watched called We Need to Do Something, but it had Vanessa Shaw in it, so I was like, okay, I'll check it out.
Sign me up.
It was horrible.
Yeah,
luckily most of them are only an hour and a half, but one that
that's true, they're quick.
Yeah, one that I did check out though that I did enjoy from last year was The Night House. with Rebecca Hall.
Oh, I like her.
Yeah, that one was pretty good.
I like when she blows her head off as Christine Chubbuck.
Think we'll ever see the actual footage?
No, but I think the audio leaked to that.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I've heard the audio.
Yeah. That's
I
demented.
Know. Yeah, it is. It is.
Anyways, I don't new horror movies.
Last Night in Soho.
That was kind of creepy in some parts, but
yeah.
I like the vibe of that movie, but God, don't get me started on it.
What about Malignant? What did you think about that?
God, horrible, wretched.
I've thought about that ending a lot, though. That's the only thing that saved it for me.
I hate that dumbass movie. Really couldn't stand it.
A Quiet Place 2?
Haven't seen it yet.
That one was pretty good. There's one that came out a few years ago, actually, that I saw last year that I really liked. It's called Gonjiam Haunted Asylum.
Sounds like some Chinese shit.
South Korean found footage horror, but it's
I watched that one shot of the dead or whatever from fucking whatever Japanese. Oh God.
What's wrong with it?
Excruciatingly horrible.
Just why?
Because I said so.
You never have a reason.
It wasn't fun for me.
Yeah, but go ahead and check out Gonjiam Haunted Asylum. That's my recommendation for you. And if you hate it, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Who's excited for Hocus Pocus 2?
Only you from the text you send.
Got to follow Hocus Pocus Guide on Instagram.
There's not going to be anything to be surprised about.
I know the whole plot of the film.
What is it?
No, I don't, but I've just seen every fucking scene, you know?
I bet they come back, and I bet
it's going to be woke.
So they're going to, like, the sisters are going to wake up?
No, Winnie's going to be transgender.
They, them sisters!
And it's not the black flame. It's got nothing to do with the virgin lighting the candle anymore, because that's not right. So
virgin is like the least of the worries in the world.
We shouldn't shame people for not having sex.
It's going to be the African American candle.
Probably. I'll watch it, but God, I don't know. People need to temper expectations for something like that, you know.
Well, the fact that you gave Home Sweet Home Alone a higher rating than Last Night in Soho is really telling.
What did I give that? 2.5?
You gave it a 3.
No, I did.
Yeah, you did.
No, I did not.
Yeah, you did. Unless you changed it.
I probably changed it. That's too high for that. There's no fucking way. I gave it 2.5. It might have been a 3 though.
You gave Space Jam a 3 though. That's ridiculous.
Fun film.
It wasn't fun for me.
Fun film.
Dat boy Schmitty. Do you have a favorite James Caan movie? My choice is The Gambler, but Thief is up there too.
I love Elf? Thief. Yeah, Elf. I mean, Godfather, Misery. Misery's fucking. He's been a lot of stuff.
Misery might be the one for me.
What about that movie he was in with Keir Gilchrist a couple years back when they set up cameras in his house?
Oh my God, The Good Neighbor.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Usually I'd probably say The Godfather, but I think I'm going to say Misery this time, just to be a little different. I think Misery is awesome.
Disturbing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the guy. Is it bad to say the guy doesn't look like he's done a lot of great stuff besides The Godfather?
He does, like, he's one of those guys that like does everything, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. RJ Coast, where the fuck are all the vids and pods? I'm dying out here.
We here.
We're here now, bud.
We're trying.
Every so often, but we're here.
Every so often.
Let's see. Jeffrey, do you ever find yourself re-listening to the pods? 7 years and I still can't get enough.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, I do sometimes. Sometimes I can't go back to those really old ones though, because they're just, I cringe, you know.
I was horrible on those. Every time I got bullied, I got all defensive, and it was just not.
Yeah, we were definitely dicks to you, and like, just at the time, I was just like, let's just be as raunchy and horrible. You know, we still are saying some fucked up stuff, but it's not nearly as bad as it was, you know. I don't think, at least.
I don't think so. There was a point where I was going back and listening to them so I could put together a compilation of what I thought were some of the funniest parts.
Yeah.
And I haven't gone back in a while, but there were some parts in there that were not great.
We've definitely brought it down a little bit, but it's also when you have 4 guys in here, there's a lot more like dialogue. It's easier to kind of keep it clean,
Yeah, we've changed as people. Can't wait to see our apology video we have to make years down the line.
Pronouns are he, him.
When we get to 4,000 subs.
The big 4.
Almost there.
I ain't apologizing for shit.
Let's see. Javi sent us.
What's up, dude? Man, I miss that guy.
Yeah, he's replaced you.
I bet he has.
Thoughts on Jordan Peele's new movie Nope, and then he put, "Yup, Nope," and his other horror movies.
Well,
I think there was just a teaser that came out today for Nope, and if you like people looking up at the sky scared, it looks awesome.
Watch Close Encounters. I didn't like Get Out. I thought Us was pretty good though. I liked Us the first time I watched it. When I watched it again, I was like, yeah, it's all right.
I didn't like Get Out as much the first time. I watched it a second time and liked it more. Us, I liked the first time, but haven't gone back since. I feel like it's kind of forgettable.
Yeah, he's definitely a big name though, to watch out for in the horror genre.
Well, I mean, he's a guy that gets away with just saying presented by Jordan Peele or a Jordan Peele. He's a producer now that has name recognition.
True that.
And then we have Tommy. Our cinema's dying.
I think it's picking up steam a little bit again.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll be honest, it wouldn't offend me at all if it died out. I hardly ever go.
I definitely have not felt as enthused to go out recently.
Yeah. And if I do go, I'm picky about when I go. I check the seating chart 10 minutes beforehand. If it's packed, I'm not going. I'm just not. It's too much money to be distracted by somebody,
So would you have bought the ticket by that point and then you check it 10 minutes before, or do you wait to buy the ticket 10 minutes before?
Okay, I could get to the theater from here in 5 minutes. So yeah, I'm checking 10 minutes before showtime. Yeah, I'm checking the seating chart. If there's only a couple people, sure. If it's packed, like I was going to go see Jackass the other day, there's too many people. I saw Licorice Pizza. There was like 2 other people in there. It was great,
Well, that's awesome.
I'm just picky.
Yeah, I don't know. The only time I've gone recently is when Eric's like, "Hey, you want to go see this?" I'm like, "Okay, cool." He's gonna drive. He's gonna take me. Yeah, I'll go see something.
Some people he loves going to the theater, but I get when you guys saw Jackass, that had to have been a jam-packed theater.
It wasn't.
Really?
Yeah, there were people, but
yeah,
it wasn't jam-packed. I was kind of surprised.
I just love watching stuff at home,
I agree. And streaming services have really changed the game in a lot of ways.
A lot of those new movies, man, if you just wait, French Dispatch, that'll be on HBO Max, I think, at the end of the month, but it was on sale to rent. Yeah, it was on sale to rent on Prime the other day for $2.99 as a deal. So I just did it, I'm like, I want to watch it now. $3.
Well, they put The Last Duel on HBO Max. What they put something else on Max and Hulu.
The Tammy Faye movie was on Max.
The Tammy Faye movie was on Max. What the fuck did they just put up?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't think about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh my god!
Oh, it was Nightmare Alley.
Yeah, they put Nightmare Alley on both of those, which was. I was like, okay, cool. I wanted to see this. I'm gonna put it on and watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's got to be something I really want to see, for me to run out there.
Yeah,
something like Jackass. I'll probably just wait, but. Licorice Pizza, new Paul Thomas Anderson, big screen, sure, that's fine.
Yeah. Not a lot of people.
Not a lot of people.
Just real quick, though, I wanted to talk about there were a lot of people that died since we last did a podcast.
Yeah.
I have all the way back. I have a note here for Rip David Gopalil.
We never talked about that.
We didn't.
Australia's finest
Moving
actor.
on. Folks, Australia's finest Aborigine.
Folks, actor. If you haven't seen Walkabout, It's one of the finest films in the Criterion Collection.
I
Honestly,
feel like
it could be the best film in the Criterion Collection. Yes.
not
Citizen
when the
Kane.
lure exists.
Yeah, the lure. No, Walkabout's amazing. Yeah, he was an icon for the Aborigines. Also, Cargo on Netflix from a couple years ago was a pretty good movie. But
Yeah.
I love Walkabout. That's what he's known for, and he was definitely an icon. I know the general public probably didn't really care about that, but that was sad to me.
I know it's no Don't Look Now, but it's cool, I guess. I feel
cool.
like Walkabout would be one of those movies. If I watched it again, I would appreciate it a whole lot more.
Great, dude. So good.
Yeah. Rest in peace, David.
David,
but we also had arguably the most devastating on this list, Peter Bogdanovich.
I thought you were gonna say Betty White.
I didn't even have her on the list.
Yes, Peter Bogdanovich. That was a bummer too.
That one sucked.
Only recently kind of started to get into his stuff. My God, Last Picture Show. That's a movie that when I watch again, that'll be a 5-star. Paper Moon.
Paper Moon is so good.
That sucked.
I love What's Up, Doc. It's just like a great physical comedy with Ryan O'Neal.
Yeah, that's on my list too. That's on HBO.
Oh, there you go. That's one you should check out. That one was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
we had Sidney Poitier as well, which I've seen a couple of his films, but he was obviously a giant for Black actors, and
yes,
he was one of the greats. He was
definitely
really good in a lot of the stuff that I saw. And then Bob Saget, that one was kind of surprising.
That was shocking because he wasn't very old. I know they didn't officially come out with what happened to him. It's not like he had a heart attack or a stroke or something.
Yeah, they said there were no drugs or anything.
Yeah, I thought he might have killed himself, but I'm glad that doesn't seem to be the case.
Yeah, hopefully that's not the case. I mean, he was on tour when it happened.
Yeah, and
not that means anything. If you get that inclination, you can do it.
I think a lot of people think he's just Danny Tanner, which really he was totally opposite of that character. One of the filthiest stand-up comedians ever.
Danny Tanner was like, that was
the anomaly for Bob
Saget.
Just what pisses me off is as soon as he died, I was a big Bob Saget fan, whatever, it sucks, but all these people in the comments, they want to be quick to, why are we so quick to pay our respects for this guy? He said some horrible things about the Olsen. The guy's a dirty comedian. That's what he was.
What did he say?
I don't know. I think he made like jokes about like assaulting them and stuff, which
I think they're doing
horrible.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he was a dark comedian, but he was never accused of anything. He was never arrested.
No,
get out of here.
He had a part on, I think it was Rodney Dangerfield's show or something.
Yeah,
and he was it was fucking funny. So he said something like, I've been with my girlfriend for 7 years. That's her age. I'm going to jail.
I mean, he was a dark comedian. And if you only know him from Full House and you watch his stand-up, you'll be shocked for the first time because, like we said, that he was not that character. Polar opposite.
Not at all. Oh, my mom didn't think I'd be good hanging out with kids, so I never went out for any sports. But now that I'm older, I like undressing in front of little boys.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, it was something like, she didn't think I'd do well undressing in front of other little kids, but now I'm older and I kind of like it.
Holy shit. That's funny.
It's also John Williams' birthday today too. So what's your favorite John Williams score?
Jurassic Park. Did he do Jurassic Park? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Jurassic Park.
That's a good pick. Usually I'd say E.T., but I think Harry Potter is...
Oh, Harry Potter.
Literally magical.
I think my favorite... Yeah, Harry Potter's great. The scene in Jurassic Park, though, when the helicopter's approaching the island for the first time towards the beginning, and Richard Attenborough's like, look, there it is. And the Journey to the Island starts playing.
Oh my God.
Fucking A, bro.
So good. Schindler's List. Oh, happy 90th birthday, grandfather.
Fuck, he's 90 years old.
Yeah, he's gonna.
God damn.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's gonna go soon because he still looks pretty good, but
he's still working, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing the new Indiana Jones. Fuck. I mean, I think he knows how to do.
Yeah, I mean, like, how much work is he really doing at that point?
Yeah, is he just writing and somebody else is doing most of the work?
What an icon, though.
Yeah, I mean, GOAT.
Second best behind John Carpenter.
Okay, we're gonna talk about some Oscar nominations now. Something that John Carpenter doesn't deserve.
GOAT.
GOAT. Did you have a look at some of these already?
Briefly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not that you've probably really seen anything.
I'm glad we had questions because I don't have a whole lot to say about a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I guess we're just gonna go over them and see what's up. So we'll start low and go high. Got best visual effects. Got Dune, which will probably win because
still haven't seen that. Heard great things.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, that's kind of. I feel like that's what I'm going to think about it too. Like,
yeah,
whatever.
Like I can in
a hurry to put it on.
I can appreciate the artistry and like everything that went into it and how impressive it is on a technical scale, sound scale, everything. But it didn't do much for me beyond that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Free Guy, Oscar nominated Free Guy. No Time to Die, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and Spider-Man No Way Home.
Ugh.
You think you're ever going to watch Spider-Man?
No.
Not even with
clips. No, I've seen the clips. I don't. If they do an Amazing Spider-Man 3, I'll watch it. Ooh. I wish they would. Or there's some push for that.
You know what annoyed me about this movie coming out is everyone's all of a sudden like, oh, Andrew Garfield needs to do another Spider-Man. You didn't watch the movie in the first place, you morons.
I agree with that because I felt like I was the only one that, there's only select few people that appreciate it. I love those movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And now the whole thing is let's lobby for a third one.
Fuck off. Andrew Garfield is like everybody's boy now. Well, you know what? Watch Hacksaw Ridge, you cunts.
We've been day one AG fans.
Oh yeah, I watched. What's the one you kept telling me to watch? One of his earlier roles.
Boyer?
No, the other one. Never Let Me Go.
Oh, did you like that?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
It's dark.
It is. I was not what I was expecting.
Yeah, that shot of him when he's like on the gurney and he's, you know what I'm talking about? And they like look at him and he's about to get the knife.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, what is happening?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good movie.
Original score, we got Don't Look Up. Ugh.
Still haven't watched that.
I really don't want. I haven't.
I love DiCaprio. It just seems like some political thing, and I just don't care. I'm so burnt out on that.
Yeah, it just sounds exhausting. Dune, Encanto, Parallel Mothers, and The Power of the Dog. I thought The Power of the Dog score was pretty good, but otherwise, I think that's kind of a lackluster. Well,
probably win.
I can't say anything because I haven't seen Parallel Mothers, Encanto, or Don't Look Up, but I don't.
They just don't seem like any movies that would have amazing scores,
Right. Let's see. Cinematography. Dune, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, Tragedy of Macbeth, and West Side Story. I mean, you can look at the trailer for Tragedy of Macbeth and see that cinematography is something else.
Yeah.
And it is.
West Side Story, that's another movie I don't care about watching that.
I don't really like the original.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's fine.
I do want to watch it though.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh great. A musical starring Ansel Elgort.
Yeah. Spielberg's been boring lately too, in my opinion.
You've been boring lately.
Yeah, I mean they're getting up there in age, though. It's like, what is he, 80?
Probably, yeah.
I mean, he's got to be in his 70s, mid 70s. I'd like to see those. Like, I'd like to see a director like him do like one final like classic original Spielberg sort of thing. I mean, I guess Ready Player One, but
they said that he has gotten a Best Director nomination in each of the past 6 decades.
Jesus,
which is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
70s, 80s, 90s, thousands, 10s, 20s. Yeah, I think he's the only one to do that.
Crazy.
Which is insane. Best director, though, you got Kenneth Branagh for Belfast, Right. Ryuzuki Hamaguchi for Drive My Car, Paul Thomas Anderson for Licorice Pizza, Jane Campion for Power of the Dog, and Steven Spielberg for West Side Story.
Well, will
That's
they
not a
give it to
horrible.
will they really give it to a white man in today's time? Probably not. Too much backlash.
Well, there's 3 out of 5 on there, or 4 out of 5 on there. So, or no, 3 out of 5. Sorry.
So it'll be Jane. It'll be Jane Campion or the Chinese guy, the Asian guy.
Japanese.
That's racist.
Drive My Car is the first Japanese film with 4 Oscar nominations. I think I read. Wow. I was looking at the Reddit stream, and there was like facts at the top of it, and they're just like randomly coming to me right now.
And you know what? If they think that's the best movie, that's fine.
I've heard good things.
Yeah, I didn't think Parasite was. I understand why that won. It's a good movie. Everyone loved it. I understand why that won.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything egregious in here as far as who's best director.
I love Licorice Pizza though. I don't know, that film was fucking great.
I can't wait to watch that one.
So good.
We have actress in a leading role: Jessica Chastain for The Eyes of Tammy Faye, Olivia Colman for The Lost Daughter, Penelope Cruz for Parallel Mothers, Nicole Kidman for Being the Ricardos, and Kristen Stewart for Spencer. Bet
you K-Stu wins that.
I hope so. I think she's awesome in that movie.
I want to see that.
Jessica Chastain, she was really good in that. The movie was whatever.
It's just like, do we need like a 2-hour movie about Tammy Faye? Was that needed? I don't know. It was all right.
I did learn a lot about how much of a scumbag her husband was.
Yeah.
And a weirdo.
Yeah. I didn't know anything about that.
I didn't either. It was interesting.
Yeah.
It led me down a rabbit hole, and I ended up watching like the video was the last video of Tammy Faye because she had cancer and she's looking all ragged. It was kind of sad to see.
And he's still alive doing that shit.
Fucking well, there's a sucker born every minute.
That's true. Yeah, that was good. I liked it.
Being the Ricardo sucks. That movie's bad. But Nicole Kidman was pretty solid as Lucy. Actor in a leading role: Javier Bardem for Being the Ricardos, Benedict Cumberbatch for The Power of the Dog, Andrew Garfield for Tick, Tick, Boom, Will Smith, King Richard, Denzel Washington, The Tragedy of Macbeth. I think there's a lot of talk about people saying Will Smith is going to win.
Really? Is it that good?
People think he should win. I am on the Garfield train.
Dude, Will Smith winning a Best Actor, that's weird. I don't think of him as like a great actor,
I thought he was fine in the movie. He just puts on an accent and like talks out of the side of his mouth. Andrew Garfield sings.
Tick, Tick, Boom was a good movie.
I listen to that music all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
how fucked up is that guy like busted his ass to make all that shit and then he fucking died.
He died
like the night before it came out.
Yeah, what the fuck?
That's insane, man. I didn't know anything about that. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that
was a good movie.
Okay. No, I had watched Rent like not long after that.
Yeah. Fuck.
But he was like, he was big in that circle.
I didn't know Will Smith's performance was being talked about that way.
Oh yeah. I think some people think it's gonna be like one of those, it's time, like it's his time to get it.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't given it to you before, we'll give it to you now.
Sure. Oh, that's fine.
Javier Bardem was bad in Being the Ricardos. I can't believe he got nominated.
I didn't even fucking watch the Oscars last year.
I don't know if I did either.
Yeah, I didn't even watch them.
What won Best Picture?
Beats me. I have no clue.
Was last year Nomadland?
Did that win Best Picture?
Was that last year?
Yeah, it had to have been.
It won Best Picture, but I can't.
Yeah.
It was Nomadland last year and Parasite the year before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I did watch last year's. It was weird though. They were in like a different setting and they were.
I didn't even tune in.
Original screenplay, Belfast. Don't Look. I don't get like why Don't Look Up is getting any sort of praise that it's getting. King Richard, Licorice Pizza, and The Worst Person in the World. I'm happy to see that got a nomination. I don't know what would win in that. It's just weird to me that like all of Adam McKay's recent political stuff is what's getting nominated because it's not his best stuff.
Right.
Why didn't Step Brothers get any nominations?
Yeah, it's just the fucking world we're in, man.
Worst person in the world would be good. I want to see Licorice Pizza.
Yeah, you're gonna like that.
I probably will.
No way you won't.
Adapted screenplay: Coda, Drive My Car, Dune, The Lost Daughter, and The Power of the Dog. Coda looks pretty good. Children of Deaf Adults or something, I think is what it stands for.
Oh yeah, that's right. I've heard of that.
The Corn.
Children of the Corn, baby.
Animated feature film: Encanto, Flea, Luca, The Mitchells vs. Machine, and Raya and the Last Dragon. I haven't seen any of those. Original song: King Richard, Encanto, Belfast, No Time to Die, Four Good Days. You ever write a 007 song, you're going to get nominated. That's what always happens. International feature film: Drive My Car, Flea, The Hand of God, Lunana, A Yak in the Classroom, and The Worst Person in the World. Actor in a supporting role. Here we go. This is where things get interesting. Kieran Hines in Belfast, Troy Kotzer in Coda. I think he's like actually a deaf person. I think.
Oh, that's good. That's what they like, actually casting those people, you know?
Yeah. Well, like the guy from last year for Sound and Metal that got nominated.
Yeah.
Jesse Plemons for The Power of the Dog, J.K. Simmons for Being the Ricardos, and Cody Smith-McPhee, The Power of the Dog.
Now, if they casted a regular actor to play deaf, they'd get backlash for it. There's something coming out on Hulu or something. I don't know what it is, but it's a bunch of I don't know what family it is, but they're fat, and it's a bunch of regular actors like Renee Zellweger in a fat suit.
Really?
And people are just ripping it apart. Like, why don't you just cast a heavyset woman? You know.
Because they're not as good as Renee Zellweger.
Right. That's weird.
Like find me well, I'm sure you can find a fat person that's good at acting, but find me a deaf mute person that
that's why it's called acting, though, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Playing a part.
Exactly. Actress in a supporting role: Jessie Buckley, The Lost Daughter, Ariana DeBose, West Side Story, Judi Dench for Belfast, which she's barely in that movie, Kirsten Dunst, The Power of the Dog, and Anjanou Ellis for King Richard. Pretty cool. Kirsten Dunst and Jesse Plemons both got nominated. They're a couple.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Good for them. Well, Penelope Cruz and Javier both got nominated too.
Nice.
And then we got Best Picture. We have Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story.
I don't know what they'll give that to. Like, to fucking West Side Story or something like that.
They'll probably give it to Power of the Dog. That's what I've heard.
Probably.
I don't know.
I can't give much feedback on these because I haven't seen them, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like as strong a showing as some of past years. Like Belfast is good. Best Picture worthy? I don't know.
Right.
Don't Look Up. I'm pretty sure, like, not that the critics matter, but I don't think they loved it all that much.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. It's strange.
It's interesting to see like a big budget thing like Dune on there. I'm surprised Nightmare Alley's on there. Licorice Pizza makes sense. Power of the Dog makes sense. West Side Story makes sense. I don't know. The weird thing is, though, that they've pushed them back so far. They're not even going to have the Oscars until March 27th.
Yeah, that's late.
You're already almost 4 months into the new year.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, when we first started doing this, 2014, 2015, man, I looked forward to that. It was almost like a Super Bowl sort of thing, you know?
Yeah, I know.
I like, man, the Friday night, you know, when the Oscars were coming up on Sunday, it's like a big, it's going to be a great weekend.
It was exciting,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah, now it's just like, it sucks.
What's changed?
Yeah. But, changed? I'll probably tune in this year.
But we do have some other questions regarding the Oscars and stuff. So we'll start out with the voice question we have here. Ready?
Sure.
Hey, how's it going? My name's Derek, and I'm a big fan of the podcast. I just have one quick question for you. What are your thoughts? Oscar nominations. Why did Andrew Garfield not Tick Tick Boom? Why is that not Best Picture? Okay, bye.
Okay, so I think the question was Andrew Garfield and Tick Tick Boom. Why were
Why
they
was
not
it not?
nominated?
Good question, Derek. Thanks for calling in. Appreciate
Thank
that,
you.
man.
Thanks for
Glad
calling
glad
in.
you like the show. Yeah, why is that not on there? That seems like a should be a candidate.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, they had 10. I know in past years they've disregarded that and gone with 9 or 8. So I don't know. I don't know. I guess they didn't. Maybe they're just set in their old ways and didn't want to give it to a Netflix film.
Yeah.
Even though Don't Look Up is that.
Right.
But Andrew Garfield, yeah, I'm glad to see he did get nominated.
It's time to start recognizing him as a great actor.
Yeah, about time.
Yeah.
Everyone's a little late to the party.
Very late to the party. All you had to do is watch that scene in Social Network when he fucking rips into Zuckerberg.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't remember my fuck you flip flops.
Oh man, that's such a good scene.
You pretentious douchebag. You better lawyer the fuck up.
I'm coming for the whole thing.
Thanks, Derek. So we have, burn to orange black.
What's up, dude?
What are some movies, actors, directors you think got snubbed from Oscars?
Richard Linklater got snubbed
this year.
Oh, we're talking about this year.
We can talk about whatever.
I haven't seen enough this year to even begin to. Yeah, Tom Hanks and Finch. That was a snub.
Tom Hanks and Greyhound.
That was forgettable, but Finch was pretty good.
I think the chick from Worst Person in the World, Renata Reinsve, I think she was snubbed. I think that movie as a whole was snubbed. What else? What else did you watch this year?
Nothing. I couldn't even make a top 10.
It's crazy.
I've probably only seen 10 movies.
Come on didn't get anything, which I was surprised about. Oh, The Last Duel didn't get shit.
Oh yeah, that's kind of surprising.
Yeah, didn't get any actress nominations, no best picture, cinematography, anything. I thought that was kind of ridiculous. I think Jodie Comer should have been nominated if anybody should have. That was kind of BS. I guess not a lot of people saw Mass this year.
I was just going to say Mass, that was a good movie.
Yeah.
For like considering there's nothing really going on, just like a dialogue film. Yeah, that was good.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah, I really like that one a lot. But yeah, if you go through like any comment section, Reddit stream or anything, you're going to find a lot of people that.
Oh yeah, my list of 2021 movies is embarrassing. I have
What's your number one?
I mean, right now it'd be Licorice Pizza, but
yeah.
I couldn't even tell you what would be number 2. It's Mass, I guess. I don't know. It was a good movie, but
how many did you watch?
Not enough.
Did you even watch 10?
I did, but like there's like shitty stuff like
yeah.
Like Lamb.
You didn't I didn't see that one yet.
That movie fucking that's ridiculous, dude. So stupid. Somebody watched The Witch and all that shit and was just trying to.
That's A24.
Whack, dude.
Green Knight didn't get anything either.
No, Green Knight was way better than Lamb. Like Green Knight, I might appreciate at some point, but like Lamb just sucked. I don't think you'll like it.
No.
There's nothing like. There's no. It's just
no payoff.
No, there's nothing memorable about it. It's so like, well, you're just waiting for what's going to happen in the last 5 minutes. You know.
Yeah. Well, what did I just say? Oh yeah, I think Green Knight, like adapted screenplay, cinematography, something. It was like one of the best looking movies of the year.
Yeah, it was shot well.
I don't know. I mean, there's always going to be snubs and stuff.
Yeah.
It really does not affect anything in how you can enjoy the movie. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Nick Costantino, who do you think will most likely win Best Picture and what would you like to see win?
Well, I'd like to see Licorice Pizza. I don't know what is favored to win, the Jane Campion film.
Yeah, I think Power of the Dog is what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
from my sources.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that'll win, or I don't know.
What would I like to win? I have to go back and look. I already forgot what's in here. I've only seen about half of the movie so far, and all the ones I've seen, Belfast is probably the best one. Power of the Dog, I don't know. This year is just like a little bit slow, disappointing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the stuff as far as the Oscars go, like the stuff that I watched, there was a lot of good stuff.
Right. But
as
like,
far as
none of that shit's gonna get like big time recognition,
Yeah. But I'm just gonna say Licorice Pizza because I feel like I'll really like that one.
I think you will. I know you will.
We'll go with that one.
There's not much to not like, if I mean, it's.
Oh, she's an older girl hanging out with a young boy.
So what? So what?
Love is love, bitches.
Yeah, and I mean, first of all, that kid does a really good job in that movie. Really good job.
Good to know. Good to know that nepotism didn't ruin a movie.
Yeah, he does really good. It's just, if you didn't know any better, you'd think it was like some pedophile movie. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's not like that at all. People are so stupid.
Isn't she in high school in the movie?
No, she's like a photographer for yearbooks and stuff. So she's in her 20s.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's not. You know what I mean? Like,
is he a senior or is he?
I don't think so. No, but he just comes across like very mature. Like.
Okay.
You'll get it when you see it.
Yeah.
That doesn't offend me, but in today's time, I could see how that's an issue.
Whatever. It was the 70s or whenever the movie was set.
Yeah, she does a good job too.
Yeah,
she's like one of those chicks where like she's kind of ugly, but
also kind of not.
Like, yeah, you watch the movie and you're like, okay, kind of growing on me.
Her sisters are attractive.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about her in that band she was in and shit.
Yeah, I guess PTA used to direct their music videos, and that's how they knew each other.
It's her first film too, so
yeah,
they did a good job.
Quite ballsy for any sort of movie, but for a movie of PTA.
Imagine that pressure if you're like, you're in your first movie that you're going to be in, and it's PTA. I mean, that's
and your dad is Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, your dad's Philip Seymour Hoffman, who's like legendary. That's it's crazy.
I'm glad to know that he did well, though.
Yeah,
they both did well.
Curious to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I can't wait to find it online
illegally.
But I mean, I think that wraps it up. I don't think I missed anything. If we did, I apologize, and we'll get you on the next go around. But
yeah, well, we just wanted to check base with you folks here tonight.
Appreciate everybody who submitted questions, and
yeah,
let us know your thoughts on the Oscar nominations, who you think should win, who was snubbed, anything like that. We're always happy to hear what you guys have to say.
Yeah. Who's your picks for Best Picture? I'm sure we won't do an actual, this is enough Oscar talk already. Like,
yeah, we don't have to make our picks.
I don't know enough about these movies to, do another episode, but let us know what you think. Leave us some questions. Subscribe to Slacker Media on YouTube. Thanks for sticking with us. It's kind of, you get them when you get them, but you guys are always there when we put them up. So we appreciate it.
We're testing your loyalty.
Yeah. Well, you've been loyal if you're still listening. Anything else?
La La Land didn't win Best Picture.
I look like Tom's getting me in the butt.
You wish. Who am I?
I don't know. Who are you? Jimmy Kimmel? What a disaster that was. God, how do you fuck that up?
Get the wrong envelope.
Jesus. All right, guys. 162 in the books. Thank you as always for listening. And as always, go fuck yourselves.